After my 10-hour trial with Battlefield 2042, I can safely say this is the worst Battlefield game I've ever played. I haven't quite played them all, but across the schizophrenic counting method of 1942, 2, Bad Company 2, 3, 4, 1, and 5, this is easily the most busted, unfinished, and lifeless iterations of the series. Dive into Battlefield 2042's solid introduction that might make you believe there's a single-player experience like the last 7 Battlefield games, but instead you're just thrown into an awkward bot match that will get you in the mood to be annoyed with the rest of the game going forward. Once you're free to actually play with other disappointed fans of the series, you'll be greeted with a fraction of the previous game modes, featuring the familiar classic of Conquest and the tried and true meat grinder of Breakthrough. But this play-it-safe rehash into a near-future multiplayer arena that is nearly indistinguishable from Battlefield 4 on the surface does have a couple of new features to show off. The first being the all-new, totally unique experience, Hard 1. Here you'll be dropped into a map full of the sweet prize of hard drives that have fallen from space, and it's your goal to run out there in a world full of enemies and other players, retrieve as many of those golden boxes of goodies you can find, and haul ass to an extraction point where you can get out with your loot. If you enjoyed the high-tension tactical firefight combat of The Division's Dark Zone, this is a pretty mediocre copy of exactly that. Speaking of shamelessly copying things from other games, Battlefield 2042 has also replaced the refined and highly functional class system with a specialist system that you might also find familiar if you played this other popular multiplayer game. Now you have the flexibility of picking whatever loadout you want from the incredibly small number of weapons and gadgets available and customizing them with this weird hierarchical system I still don't understand. Perfect for a lifetime of offering expensive DLC characters to expand on the moderate starting lineup with characters that have an amazing variety of abilities. There's one that can revive down players as well as another that can revive down players. This guy has an easily avoidable turret. This one can place walls so you can pretend like the cool building system from Battlefield 5 still exists. Don't forget the totally original guy with a physics-defying grappling hook. There's even a guy that can hack things when it isn't glitching out and doing seemingly nothing at all. Speaking of glitches, Battlefield 2042 delivers one of the most impressively bad launches in a franchise historically full of impressively bad launches. With poor frame rates, clipping through the ground and living forever under the map, and whatever the hell is going on here, you'll truly have no clue what shitty experience you'll have next. But one experience that wasn't exclusively shitty is the Portal mode. Here you can visit custom game modes that explore a variety of different scenarios, like this cool VIP Fiesta mode where you have to hunt down key players on the enemy team to score points. There's also a recreation of the now very dated Battlefield 1942 where you can relive the glory days of waiting for tanks to spawn at a base so you can totally wreck your enemies. Then of course you can go into the community created maps to check out the hundreds of XP farming servers for people who don't want to spend their 10-hour trial trying to unlock the rest of these specialists. Maybe they just got tired of seeing the clone display at the end of every round and wanted to add someone different.
Enjoy these moments when they come. Spectacular.
Battlefield 2042, showing the world that EA and DICE can always find a way to lower the bar even when it already fell through the ground. Since this game is such an undeniable mess and probably needs months of updates to dig itself even back to mediocre, and for the fact that they copied Titanfall's awesome dropship sequence, for the first time I must deliver the abbreviated score of bad. If you'd like to see more hot takes, warm satire, and tepid commentary about video games, make sure to subscribe and check out my other abbreviated reviews.